Hey, here we are, John and Will, for the Recap ASAP or preview. If you're listening to this on the podcast, with a Recap ASAP or preview of Abundant and Beautiful, or Beautiful and Abundant, with the Mindful Communication CEO, Bryan Welch. A phenomenal episode. Yeah, there Will's holding up the book, Beautiful and Abundant, Building the World We Want. He's the author of that. And we get into that book quite a bit in this episode, but we got into so much more, and it was just, I gotta say, is one of my favorite episodes. I mean, we've had some fantastic guests, we've had some fantastic individual shows where it's just been me and Will, but this one really hit home with me. And there's so many powerful nuggets in it. If you haven't gotten a chance to check it out on both the video on YouTube or on podcast. Now I'll turn it over to Will. I'll shut my mouth and turn it over to Will. What were your
No,
thoughts?
no. I think one of the reasons, or for me, it was just so deeply profound. This episode is because Brian has really done the work.
Mm.
He's a mindful practitioner, meditator. He wrote a whole book on Beautiful and Abundant, and really speaking, again, the subtitle is Building the World That You Want. And he lays out beautifully how we can build a beautiful world together with the resources we have, the limited resources we have, with the economic constructs that we have. He talks about conscious capitalism, which I really enjoyed. He talks about filtering things through beauty, through abundance, through fairness. Even gets into the whole fair trade idea and why that is such a having a deep impact, and why it's been so successful. I buy fair trade as much as I possibly can because of what it stands for. Then the last piece is also the contagiousness of it, like how we can actually understand these principles, but create them in such a way and speak to them in such a way that more people want to be a part of this beautiful and abundant, like, kind of worldview. And it really does start with how we're seeing the world. And Brian breaks this all down so beautifully. Read from his book a couple times. I'm still like, and then he led our meditation at the end. So if anything, like, you just want to hear a different meditation instead of John or I, boom, like, get into Brian's meditation. And such a very well thought out, very well spoken, taking like seemingly long pauses between word to word or idea to idea with him. And just, I love the space that he provided for the show. I love the space that he brings to and the breath that he breathes into what he's speaking of. And I just felt honored to have somebody that's so, recognized in the community for what he's done. And he's kind of dedicated his life, John, to not just talking about ecology and the planet, but then he's going on and he's the CEO of Mindful Magazine. So now he's taking this and kind of bringing it, more of these concepts, taking a broader approach to how we could bring it into our lives. So again, John, probably one of my favorite episodes as well. And really enjoyed all three of us. And with the help of Lindsay, having this incredibly impactful episode today. So thank you.
Yeah, yeah, and I don't even know what I can add to that, honestly, Will. I mean, you covered some fantastic points that Brian covered in the show. But yeah, definitely, if you haven't checked it out yet, please give it a listen, give it a watch on YouTube, and follow and
Yeah.
subscribe. We'd love to have you
Yeah.
added to our audience, and then share it with your friends, family, and whoever else needs to hear it, because this episode is incredibly powerful. So thanks for listening. Till next time, take care.
Thank you. Peace.